Hey everyone, so I want to do an update. It's March 18th. I've done some work last weekend that I never got around to doing a video for. So I'm going to go ahead and just give an update and show you what I've worked on. As you can see, I got more wood chips. I ended up doubling the amount. I started off with 6 bags, now it's at 12. And I still need a few more bags. Go figure. So it's just eating up at the budget. So, of which budget-wise, I'm right on track. Towards the end of the season, I will probably put together some kind of Excel sheet and just kind of go over pricing, so you can actually see how much it's cost for the work that I've shown. So I went ahead and filled 2 of these plant raised beds. These are 6 cubic feet each, so it took 2 bags of 3 cubic feet soil. I went with a blend of garden soil, amend, and compost blend. I also mixed in some of the Job's fertilizer, and this one as well has been filled. So what I have is, right here are bell peppers. I've had a couple frost nights. I think I just did a little too early, but I have plenty inside to replace anything that doesn't really take. There's an artichoke, and that's a spaghetti squash, which I'm trying to grow down the back right there. This was also a spaghetti squash. As you can see, the leaf is missing, so it means I obviously have slug issues. So that just popped up today, I just noticed that. Okay, so now we're just going to go around to the front of the yard and show you the progress up front. Okay, so the main beds, the ones I started off with, are still dormant. They have a ton of fertilizer and also worms in there, so the soil is just getting richer by the day. And I do water it if there's no rain. And the grapes, they're doing very well. Just got to train them to grow upward in the direction that you want them to. This puppy's done very well. This is only maybe a month old, and it's already past my waist. So, yeah. And there's another grape right here. That's doing pretty well. My onions. Like I said before, those were the same onions from last year. They just all came back because I never removed them, and they're doing very well. As you can see, this one has a pretty fat stalk on it. It's a good size. I mean, I can pull that out, and the onion would be about way big, which isn't big enough yet. So looks like these will be ready early summer, late spring, around that time. Okay, and here's the tomatoes. These were the tomatoes that were inside my house, and sitting under the window with the heating pads. As you can see, I've removed the heating pads. They no longer need the additional heat. Everything comes directly from the sun. Reason for that, they passed the germination stage. Now they are, as I call them, just little tykes, toddlers, and they're doing very well. So, as you can see, most of them, some of them I did leave just one. I cut it all the way down to one. The pods that had 2 to 3 plants per pod. Some of them are still 2 because I wasn't certain which one was the strongest. So as you can see, it's an obvious, which one's stronger. That one. So we just go ahead and pinch this guy off. Okay, and same with this one. Which one's the obvious stronger one? And yeah, pinch that off. And as they continue to grow, I will continue to thin them out to just one plant per pot. Oh, and the pots, these are interesting. These are just recycled material. It's just, you know, moss, and it's you can actually just stick this whole thing in the ground and it'll grow. It'll allow the roots to grow through it. I don't like to do that. In the past, I found that those pods really kind of restrict the roots to the pot, and it also holds in all the water. So you end up getting a lot of root rot, crown rot. So I do remove them. And you can even just, like I've done in the past, I just toss the pots right into the soil, and you know, they just disintegrate. So there's no additional trash going out to the city dumps. And one more spot inside. So here's the seed window still. I still have the heating pads on some of them. These are also the bell peppers, so the ones in the back that aren't doing so well, I will, you know, I can pull them out and put some new ones in. These actually look a lot stronger than the ones I planted, so I might go with, you know, removing them. Here's the cantaloupes. These are taking a little bit longer than most. Down there, if you can see it, that's catnip for the kitty, and some wildflowers. As you can see, everything needs a little bit of water. So I'm walking around today, just doing the watering. Yesterday was St. Patrick's Day, and had way too much Jameson, so ended up having to pull hooky from work to rest up. Well, I actually went to work and then decided to come back home. It was just too much for me. Not as young as I used to, I guess. That's what people keep saying. So I'm very excited, and probably maybe not all of them of these tomatoes are going to survive. You can see some of them, for some reason, this set in the corner, 3 of them. They're not standing up straight. They're just laying over. It's just the stem isn't strong enough, and I also didn't plant them deep enough. Those were the first 3 that I transplanted, and really got a hold of it. Really got a hold of, you know, right technique. You know, I only do it once a year, so once I found the right technique, all those ones are doing perfect. All right. Well, if you have any questions, please feel free to leave comments. One person did leave a comment requesting more information as to why the outside is actually poisonous. I'll have to go back through some of my earlier videos that's on my break account, because I know I did one specifically for that really went into further detail. Now, most of the literature on it you're not going to find online. It's basically a collaboration, a gathering of data, and which was also reviewed by a professional that actually works for Boeing and also NASA. He's a family friend, and apparently he even knows of a chemical you can add to the soil that will neutralize the poison that's on the tomato plant, so that you can plant in the same spot year after year. But I have to go back through and actually find that information so I can go ahead and repost it on my YouTube account. Alright, so I got your comment. I'm going to reply. I'm going to get you the answers, and everyone else can also see the answers as well. Alright, till later. Peace.